Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Ben from Make Studios, and today we are going to go over part 2 of our full stack development series. Today we are going to be building a React app in TypeScript, so let's begin. The very first thing you're going to want to do is inside of your terminal, you're going to want to actually create this React app. To do that, type in npm create a React app, and whatever you want the name of your app to be. In my case, I'm going to do demo, and then add in the flag TypeScript. And once you do that, hit enter, and it'll create your React app. I already have it created, so instead of having you guys watch that download and set up, I'm just going to open it up. I called mine demo, so here it is. Navigate to your app.tsx, and from there, this is where we will be doing all of our code and everything you need. It should look exactly like this if you just use the basic template that it came with, but we don't need most of this, so what we are going to do is we are going to go and delete most of this except for this header. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And that. And there you go. Nice, clean template. We don't need anything else from here. We're good. So now, the first thing we are going to do is create a useState variable. In order to track the state of our web app, since we'll be connecting to a database and we want it to update dynamically, we are going to be using what is known as a React hook. The hook we are going to be using is called useState. Fairly straightforward. Above this return statement, we want to define an array because that's what it's going to be returning. The first one we want is going to be the name of our state variable that we want. And the next thing we want is what we want to call the function that's going to be returned. And then you do useState, pass in a default string so you know what it's going to be, and that's it. It looks like we forgot our import statement. So from React, we will be using useState and also useEffect in this video. There we go. Now little squiggly lines went away saying we're all good. What useState does is it returns two things. First, it returns a state variable, and it returns a function to set that state variable. And whenever you call the state function to modify your state variable, it'll re-render the page so that way it can be updated. Once we have our useState set up, now we want to do useEffect. What useEffect does is, if you're familiar with React classes, it is basically component did mount, component will mount, component unmount, all rolled into one. Nice and simple, fairly easy to use, so let's do that. Okay, so here we defined our useEffect function, so that way whenever our web app is rendered, it'll call this. What it does is it fetches from the web server we created in the last video the stats route. It parses that into JSON, and then it uses the, right here, the set battery function that we got earlier from useState, and it sets the actual battery to whatever that value is within our JSON object. And then now, for, I guess, the last little bit here, the easy part, we want to make sure it gets created. So, div and that's it. That is all you need in order to connect your React app to a web server and do a very simple full stack project. All right, and now, so that way you can see that it actually works, let's go ahead and start the server we made in the last one. And then And in here, let's start our React app. To do that, go into the root folder of your project and then do npm start. And there you go. All nice and working, does everything we expect. As you can see, inside the database, that is exactly what we want. That is the number we were expecting, so we are all good to go. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know why. I would really like to make it better. Enjoy your day. Have fun making whatever you want.